So I'm here in my vegetable patch and I want to show you, or talk to you about, sorry, should I say, companion planting and how companion plants, it's getting very sunny, I'm going to put glasses on, how companion plants can help benefit our gardens, how they can help support the health of our gardens. And yes, so let's have a chat. So I will turn you around and I will start showing you all the different companion plants that I've got going on in here and explain why I've put them where I have and how they can help. What have I got here? So I've got some bidons, I think I've got in here. Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah. Now, this was a overstock, shall we say. I grew too many for my hanging baskets. So this was a spare. But the flat yellow flowers are really good for bumblebees. They attract bumblebees. Hoverflies love them as well. I've grown quite a few in the hanging baskets as well. The hanging baskets. So they do a really good job of attracting all sorts of insects. What have I got next? So I have got various, if you can see those. Yes, we've got some French marigolds there, and I've got some more coming up. One there. I've got any more? Oh, yep, one there hiding in the carrots. So there's a French marigold there hiding in the carrots. Now these are really good for attracting, they're bright yellow. If I can find one in flower in a minute, I'll show you. So they're all bright yellow as well. And they do a really nice job of attracting all sorts of insects into the garden. Loads of pollinators love them because of the scent of the leaves and the brightness of the flower. They do a really good job of attracting pollinators. Let me see what else I can see. Oh yeah, down here, if you can see it in the shade, I have got a foxglove there hiding in the corner, self-seeded job, and I've got a nettle. Now I will leave the nettle there because they are very useful for when I make my nettle plant feed, my high nitrogen plant feed. I've got a couple other nettles growing in the garden here, but I will keep it under control. I don't want it to grow out of control. So these are very useful. The foxglove will grow a nice big spire. I think it'll be purple because it looks like a native one, so I think it'll be a purple one, but we'll see when it flowers. That'd be a really nice big spire, and where they're a tubular flower, like a trumpet flower, they will attract all sorts of other pollinators. Bumblebees don't like them so much, but honeybees love them, so they'll attract those quite nicely. What have I got here? I've got a sunflower self-seeded from last year, because I had some sunflowers in here last year. So they're growing really well. I've got one, I've got 1, 2, 3 in this bed, and I've got a few more somewhere else in the garden as well. I've got several different sunflowers growing, but they're really good big flat flowers that follow the sun. They're thousands of flowers in one flower, so they attract all sorts. There's so many flowers involved. They are really good at attracting hoverflies. Ladybirds love them. They're very good if you like sacrificial plants as well. Not in the usual term, I should say, but they attract the black fly to their stems, and then the ladybirds will eat the black fly off of the stem, so it prevents the black fly going anywhere else in the vegetable patch. They'll be attracted straight to the sunflowers, and then the ladybirds can find them straight from the sunflowers, so it's easy pickings for them. What else have I got going on in here? I've got a verbena there. There's my verbena. Can you see it there? Let me zoom in for you. So I've got a nice verbena bonariensis growing there. Big purple flowers as well. Again, they're multiple flowers on one head, so they will attract loads of beneficial insects, loads of pollinators, and the bright colours, the purples and everything, will be really attractive and bright to the other insects that are flying about. Will also distract a little bit. They'll confuse. So with all these different colours that are growing in here, insects that are looking for, say, the lettuces that I've got growing over there, or the peas that I've got growing up there, insects that are looking for those to eat them or to lay their eggs on the leaves will get confused by all the different colours, and they won't know where the vegetables they want are to land on them. So it will help create a bit of confusion as well. So yeah, as they all grow, all the different colours will cause confusion, which we like. What have we got down here? So here in the salad bar, I've got nasturtiums growing here, along with the lupins. So with the lupins I've mentioned before, the lupins are part of the legume family, so they are nitrogen fixers. So not only is this a little good companion plant, but you can see its spires of flowers there, producing loads of flower. So it will attract loads of different insects and things, and cause a bit of cover for the lettuces, which don't always like a lot of sunshine. They don't like the baking hot heat, so as this grows up, and it will create a nice bit of shade for them. They also are nitrogen fixers, so their roots have nodules on them, which take the nitrogen from the air. The leaves take the nitrogen from the air, and then the nodules release it into the soil. So all these lettuces I've got growing around here, and the tomatoes, which are diddy at the moment, so it's a bit too cold from that here, they will take good advantage of that nitrogen being produced. So that's a really cracking companion plant. If you've got space in your vegetable patch, yeah, try and grow either a couple of lupins, or have peas dotted about. That's what I usually try and do. You see, I've got some peas growing down here on my my willow frame. I'll go on there. I've got herbs dotted about various places. You can see I've got some parsley there. I've got some herbs down here. What have I got there? Sage. More sunflowers coming up over here as well. The different herbs, the strong scent for the leaves will create, oh hello, hoverfly there, look. It's like he knows I'm talking about him. So yeah, the different scents in the herb leaves, if you like, as they get crunched and everything. Same with the onions I got next door. They will create scent cover, if you like, for the vegetables I've got growing in here. So the insects won't be able to find them. So some insects obviously go by smell, and some go by look. So they fly over and they can kind of identify the plants they're looking for by the look, by the colours. So if you create a bit of scent cover and a bit of colour cover, like with the bright flowers and things, this will help protect them in the long run. So, right, so in this bed I've got some, if I can show you better, so in this bed I've got some chives growing, some sage, all sorts of lettuces. Oh, there we go, some French marigolds in flower, so you can see those quite nicely now. You can see how they're how the petals are like runways. So they're from a distance, you can see the insects can see exactly where they've got to land to get to the nectar, which is what they want. And the inadvertently take the pollen away with them. So these flowers are fantastic for attracting pollinators because it's all set up ready for them. As I say, like a little runway. So I've got these down here as well, and the sage. Oh, another borage. Borage is, I love borage with a passion. I love borage, but it does tend to self-seed itself everywhere. So every now and then I'll find a borage plant like this one, or that one down there, and I will I'll just dig them up. I move them around the garden so they don't tend to overgrow in one space. So you can see I've got my strawberries all doing quite well, producing fruit. Giving them a good feed with some potassium feed, the banana skin feed, which is so simple to make. I've done a video on it as well, I'll try and link that below. And that really helps. That really makes a difference as well. It just gives them that extra bit of boost, and when they're fruiting they really do need the extra potassium as well. So nitrogen is really important when they're young, and then potassium when they're fruiting and flowering. That really supports them. Let's go into the greenhouse. I've got in the corner there my nasturtium, because I tend to grow the nasturtiums in here as well, because one, they're really good companion plants. You can see in there. They're really good companion plants. And with the bright flowers, and they're really nice in salads. So I grow them here with my basil and my tomatoes as like a salad bar kind of thing. My lettuces are grown outside. In fact, I've got some cut and come again lettuce in here, which I'll show you in a second. But they're the nasturtiums, and I've got the French marigolds here as well, are really good for attracting pollinators into the greenhouse, which is what we want with the tomatoes as well, because we want them pollinated to produce lots of tomatoes. They're doing really well. They're really good. In fact, they're growing faster than I can support them at the moment, so I need to tie this one back up again. So here is my cut and come again lettuce as part of my salad bar. Let me come out of here and I'll turn you back around. Oh dear. My hair. So hopefully those tips will help. I've said, I've said so much, but I could say so much more. But in the description above or below, whichever you're looking, I have linked my companion planting guide, and in it is a table that will help your vegetable patch. So it tells you what vegetables were planted together to support each other, what companion plants go really well with which vegetables as well, and yeah, so there's all sorts of things in that guide explaining the ins and outs of companion planting and what you can plant together. So hopefully that'll help. It's all free to download today for you, because I love you guys, and it's getting windy out here, so I'm going to go inside quickly before I get blown away. So yes, hopefully that helps, and we'll see you again soon for more tips. See you later.